It's snack time. I'm your host, Marno, and joining us today is my friend Julia, who is sharing her snack, Ben & Jerry's half-baked ice cream. Hi, Julie. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing super well. Excited to be here.
Excited for you to be here as well. I word that in like the weirdest. We're already off to a fantastic start. Snackers. So Julia lives in Arizona, and both of us like completely forgot that we're on different time zones right now because, you know, Arizona does their own thing with not doing the time change. So she was like, "Okay, I'm ready" at 10:30, and I was like, "Oh my god. It's 11:30 where she is." And we plan to start at 11. I was just so from the start, we've just it's already been a day. But I'm so excited for you to be here, for you to be back. And for the snackers who haven't listened to your opinions on snacks before, we've got to know, are you a salty or sweet snacker?
So we
Coming in hot.
not even a doubt in my mind. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just sweets for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think anyone that is just like even a vague acquaintance of yours will probably be able to somehow tell that you are a sweet snacker.
Oh, for
Um,
sure. I mean, if like dinner is canceled, fine, give me dessert. Like I can't,
yeah.
I can manage without dinner, but if I have to go to bed without having something sweet, like forget about it, you know?
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
And one of the sweet snacks that I know you absolutely love, and I feel like so many times that I've hung out with you, we've gotten this snack because you love it so much, and that is ice cream. And I think, like, famously, we will, with our group of friends, choose oftentimes, I'd say even more than going to an actual ice cream shop. We will choose to go to like a grocery store or a convenience store and each get ourselves like a little pint of ice cream. And, you know, before COVID times, we might like get a scoop of someone else's, do like some tradesy scoops going on. And Ben and Jerry's is so convenient because they're little tubs of ice cream are the perfect size. They even have the like ultra mini ones if you're like really trying to have like those ones are more my vibe because I'm usually like can only do so much sweet, you know? But yeah, I know you love ice cream.
Oh yeah.
So like just tell us about like what is it about ice cream? We'll get into specifically Ben and Jerry's half baked, but like I know just ice cream as a whole is like part of who you are.
For sure. I mean, it's just so like refreshing. Even the like heaviest of ice creams is still really cold, so it's refreshing. And something about that cold creaminess, and especially if there's like chunks of something in it, oh, so good. I think that since quarantine began last year, I think Max and I have had ice cream at least 5 nights a week after dinner. Like if
I love
I
that.
mean, if there's ice cream in the fridge, it's like, I mean, if it's there, I'm gonna have it after dinner. There's no like thought process of, I had ice cream 3 nights in a row. Should I have it? It's like, obviously I'm having it. And something funny that happened is Max and I actually just like joined a gym because, you
Nice.
know, things are starting to get better around here. And we had to do this like onboarding session with this trainer, which I was very opposed to. But they're like, no, you have to do it. And I was like, okay. And they like do all this stupid stuff that I'm just not interested in. Like, I don't want to know my numbers. That's
Yeah.
not interesting to me. Like I work out, like I joined this gym because they have yoga classes that are outside. That's what I want to
Yeah.
do. I'm not interested in like knowing my body percent fat. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. Well,
And
and like the BMI is such bullshit. But
I
I
mean,
totally feel
the
you. Like, you just
BMI,
want to feel good. Like you
I
just want
don't
to move
care.
and feel good. Yeah.
Yeah. And the guy was like, I think you could gain about 15 pounds of muscle.
That's a
I was
lot of
like,
work.
we're on very different, you and I have very different ideas about what me working out is going to look like, sir. I
Like
plan on being here
for
maybe once
you,
a week.
yeah,
Like,
what? Does he want you to become a bodybuilder?
yeah, he was like, I mean, weights are really your way to go. And I'm like, I mean, sir, let's be honest. This is really not for me. So anyway, he took Max and I back into like his office and he's going over our numbers and our goals. And I'm like, well, whose goals are these? Because I don't really have these similar goals. And he's like, so what kind of diet are you guys having? And Max and I are like, we eat food. And he's
Yeah.
like, okay, and like, are you guys eating pretty healthy? And we were like, I mean, yeah, but I mean, we definitely eat our fair share of like ice cream. And Max and I are like going,
Yeah.
we're like, ha ha ha. He's like, I mean, having ice cream once a week is totally fine on a cheat day. And I was like, first of all, I don't know what a cheat day is because I eat whatever the hell I want every day.
Yeah.
Second of all, I have ice cream at least 5 nights a week. So, and he's like, oh my God. And then worse, he's like, you could just follow my diet
No.
is a really good way. And he shows us, he has like stacked like 5 different Tupperware containers of just chicken and rice. And then he tells us he
No.
doesn't eat vegetables. He takes them as a supplement.
No, 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 no. I like eating vegetables.
I do too. But I also like my
Why?
freaking ice
I
cream.
know, but it's just like, why would he choose that?
It was like so bad. It was such a bad introduction to like joining the workout community again because I was like, oh, this is why I hate gyms. Like, I just want to do yoga. I don't care about
Yeah.
this stuff. I don't care about, I just don't care. I'm not interested in being on any kind of plan where I have to like think about what I'm eating. Like, I'll eat what's convenient.
Right. And like for him to just like tell you that your goal is going to be to gain 15 pounds of muscle and then suggest that you eat his diet of basically only chicken and rice, which I'm sure the chicken is like breast meat, no seasoning,
No seasoning,
plain rice. Like
not cooked with
literally
any
not a
oil.
single seasoning has been dropped on any of his food.
No, it just was like, I'm sorry, like, and he was one of these guys that looks like 300 pounds of muscle, and I'm like, you and I are very. I'm not really feeling this look for me. Like, this is not
Snackers,
my goal.
snackers, if you have never seen Julia, she is the tiniest woman you've ever seen.
I
Like,
mean, I
she's
wouldn't
not
say
gonna be
that.
well, you're just a very just petite lady, and
I'm not a bodybuilder,
yeah,
and I'm
to
not
suggest
interested.
that she's gonna be a bodybuilder is like comical.
And he thought that was like a very like normal thing for like a young woman who's just trying to like do some yoga. Like a good request to be like 15 pounds of muscle. Like we can make that happen. Like, oh, sounds good, sir.
I wonder what his plan for you, like, if you were like, oh, that sounds great. Like, how much, I wonder, would he have had you start working out like every week?
I mean, he was like, I mean, you guys will be in the gym like 4 nights a week at least, right? And I was like, yeah. I've been like once a week for the yoga class. That's
Yeah.
it. But he like, I mean, if this is any indication of what he wanted, first of all, his suggestion was 15 pounds of muscle, which I was like, okay. And then he was like, that means you got to be aiming for like 100 grams of protein a day. And I was like,
What does that even mean?
like a small little chicken breast is like 20 grams of protein. So like so like
Oh
five
my god.
five small chicken breasts a day. And I was like, oh honey, I mean, do Cheez-Its have protein? Because like
Jesus.
that's the kind of, I'm not gonna come home after school and be like, what's a good afternoon snack? I'll just have a chicken breast. I
Yeah,
mean,
what?
I'm just not interested in the like gains protein life. Sounds like a lot of stress. And I think it's great for people that are interested in that, but
Yeah.
it's not for me. I'm not interested. Give me my ice cream.
Ice cream and yoga. I feel like Ben and Jerry's too is like very much on brand with a yoga kind of lifestyle. I think
Yes.
like just their whole vibe, which I want to get into in this episode because Ben and Jerry's as a company is actually so fucking cool.
Yeah.
They're very like philanthropic. They're always on the pulse of like social justice issues. They're very outspoken. And they make freaking good ice cream, including I think it's like the ultimate Ben and Jerry's flavor, half baked, which is what we're talking about today. And so to start us off and to kind of give a baseline for the snackers who have yet to have this delicious, delectable treat, which is the Ben and Jerry's half-baked ice cream, I wanted to go to their website and read like their official description. I also have on their official website 8 fun facts you didn't know about half baked, which I want to read later. Like the fact that Ben and Jerry's has an article on their own website with fun facts about this flavor, I think speaks to how iconic they even know this flavor is. We'll also read the ice cream and activism filled history of Ben and Jerry's from Thrillist.com. So
Ooh.
a lot to read in this episode, but I'm really excited, and let's get started with just the description that Ben and Jerry's has for half baked. It is chocolate and vanilla ice creams mixed with gobs of chocolate chip cookie dough and fudge brownies. They have a 5-star rating on their website. I'm sure there's more ratings and reviews on other websites, but on their own, they have 1,876 reviews. I mean, I feel like that's a lot for like an ice cream brand's website. Like that many people went to their website to write a review. Like they felt that strongly about it.
I'm gonna write a
Um,
review right after this.
Perfect. Put a link to this podcast episode for people to listen to.
I will. I certainly will.
So they have a little description as like underneath that says Ben and Jerry's is proud to partner with fellow B Corps Greyston and Rhino bakeries to bring you Half Baked. The incredible stories behind both the fudge brownies and cookie dough make this a flavor that not only tastes good, but does good. Wait, what? So even the cookie dough and fudge brownies are what? Okay, what? They don't have any more information about that.
Well, B Corps Greyston and Rhino Bakeries.
Mm-hmm.
Are those just like local?
I guess find a delivery partner. How? Well, so it says values-led sourcing. So those companies must be non-GMO, fair trade, caring dairy, cage-free eggs, and then it says Greyston brownies, which maybe that I'm gonna click on that, and responsibly sourced packaging. So Greyston, oh, they have a page on their website. Great brownies with a greater good mission. The brownies, the wonderfully fudgy brownies that we use in our ice cream, come from New York's Greyston Bakery, where producing scrumptious baked goods is part of their greater mission to provide jobs and training to low-income residents of Yonkers, New York. If you've ever enjoyed our chocolate fudge brownie or half-baked ice cream flavors, then you've already had a taste of Greyston's greatness. We first tried their incredible brownies back in the late 1980s, and we've been ordering tons of them ever since. But out-of-this-world treats are only part of what makes this bakery so special. History of Greyston. Founded in 1982 as a social enterprise by aeronautical engineer turned Buddhist monk Bernie Glassman, Greyston Bakery is as committed to providing jobs and job training for individuals who face barriers to employment as it is to crafting award-winning gourmet baked goods. Ben Cohen and Bernie Glassman met back in 1987, and a year later, Grayston began providing Ben & Jerry's delicious brownies for some of our most popular flavors. It's like it was meant to be.
Oh.
Through their groundbreaking open door hiring policy, anyone who wants a job at Grayston is given the chance to work, regardless of educational background, work history, or past social barriers such as incarceration, homelessness, or drug use. There are no background checks and no pre-screening of any kind. When a position becomes available, the next person on the waiting list gets in, no questions asked. I'm gonna cry right now. That's incredible.
That is really cool.
Wow, this episode, what? Who knew? Okay, it goes on. A different business model. They have a favorite saying at Grayston Bakery. We don't hire people to bake brownies. We bake brownies to hire people. Like Ben & Jerry's, founder Bernie Glassman believes that business success and social progress go hand in hand. A certified B Corp and New York State's first benefit corporation, Grayston has become a role model for companies looking to do more for their communities. Profits from the bakery help support its parent organization, the nonprofit Grayston Foundation, which provides childcare, housing, healthcare, job training, a computer learning center, and more for low-income people in the community of Yonkers.
That's really
Okay,
cool.
this page goes on to just talk about some of the incredible employees they have, the location. So if you guys are interested, definitely just visit Ben & Jerry's website, and they have a page on Grayston Bakery, and wow. Will you feel so good buying a pint of Ben & Jerry's, especially one that uses the Grayston Bakery baked goods?
And you can even on their website, Grayson Bakery, they'll ship to anywhere. You can buy their
Wow.
cookies and brownies, sorry, and
Yeah.
they'll ship.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Okay.
Grayston Bakery. Gotta support.
So by eating ice cream, I'm contributing to saving the world.
Yes.
Wow.
I
I
think,
feel really good about that.
yeah, everyone really needs to get on board with Ben & Jerry's now. They also have a ton of different like alternatives to ice, like traditional ice cream. They have yogurt, they have different types of milk they use. So, there's something for everyone. If you like ice cream, there is a Ben & Jerry's flavor for you. But why for you is Half Baked the one? Like, what makes her the girl, your go-to gal when it comes to Ben & Jerry's ice cream?
I think that it's because I've always liked dough,
Mm-hmm.
like baking. I like baked goods a lot, but I think I like the dough even more. Like I'm that bitch licking the brownie spoon and I'm the one like eating cookie dough. And everyone's like, you're gonna get salmonella. And I'm like, we'll see. Um,
Well, okay, so like sneak peek for you, but for snackers, this episode has already come out by the time Julia's episode comes out. This one. But Kevin and I talked about the like break and bake dough. The ones that are just like it
yes.
comes on in a little tray. Pillsbury, like all of theirs now, I'm pretty sure all of theirs are like ready to eat because they use pasteurized eggs and like
Oh my God.
pasteurized flour or like cooked flour, like it's safe so you won't get salmonella. And so we were talking about that, and I was just reflecting that was like a new experience for me because someone who's been allergic to eggs, I've never eaten raw dough because it always has raw eggs. So like I'd have like a
Oh.
severe allergic reaction because raw eggs like in that form is what I'm like most allergic to, because I can have eggs as long as they're like cooked all the way. But so like I don't particularly like ever crave cookie dough. I think it's good especially in ice cream. I've always liked it in ice cream because it's always been, not raw eggs when they
Right.
put it for ice cream. But like it's I think I'm missing the like nostalgia factor as an adult eating cookie dough. But yeah, Half Baked is another story though, because with ice cream, now that
Yeah.
The chewiness.
And it's like not like I really like cookie dough ice cream is fine. It's a
Mm-hmm.
fine option. I will eat it. Um, but I don't like sometimes the cookie dough feels so like chunky and frozen and like not
Mm-hmm.
real. And the cookie dough in half baked is so soft and gooey.
Well, it's
And like
because you're being a good person by eating it, I think.
exactly. It's rewarding you. It's
It's
rewarding
the good
you.
karma.
Exactly. And so, and then like brownie dough, like kind of, I think the brownie one is like the one that's half baked. It's like not
Mm-hmm.
fully and it's kind of mushy. But what I love about it, like the most, is that you have these like dough kind of, pieces from the brownie and the cookie, but then
Mm-hmm.
it's swirled with vanilla and chocolate ice cream. Because like I'm
Yeah.
like not the biggest vanilla ice cream person. And so for cookie dough ice cream, it's always like, I mean, unless my bite has cookie dough in it, it's just vanilla ice cream, right? But
Right.
with half
Exactly.
baked, and like for some reason, a vanilla chocolate swirl
Mm-hmm.
brings out it kind of creates a different flavor. It's almost like a
Yeah.
malty, chocolatey, like because the vanilla has like a bit of I don't know how to describe it, but it has a taste that really brings out the chocolate.
Yep.
It almost tastes like
Well,
a milkshake. It's
something that
so
I
good.
learned recently is red velvet is chocolate flavored with vanilla. I did not know
Oh,
that until literally I was watching like a baking show the other day and they're like, "Okay, so for this red velvet, like and they said it so matter of factly that I was like, am I so stupid that I didn't know this? Like does everyone know this? But it's a chocolate cake, like a chocolate batter, but flavored with vanilla and then with red icing. I mean red food coloring.
yeah. I think I did know it was chocolate, but I didn't know that there was
Vanilla
vanilla.
in it. Yeah, me neither.
Well,
I thought it
I
was
feel
just like
like
a different type of chocolatey flavor, but I guess it's like the vanilla interacting with the chocolate that makes it that
um,
special red velvet.
I feel like when I worked at Starbucks, back to Starbucks. When I worked at Starbucks, I feel like there for the hot chocolate, I feel like there was a little bit of vanilla in it. If I'm just a
Oh.
little bit,
I mean, do you know
but
what? I love like whipped cream with a hot chocolate, and that's
yeah,
vanilla, so it
yeah,
like makes sense.
yeah. That vanilla just really it. I don't know what it is, but it's just like a little. I don't know. It's really good.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I so agree with you on the like chocolate and vanilla ice cream swirled, like a classic soft serve swirl in a cone.
so
Like,
good.
is that just perfection, like realized? You're out, wherever you are out in the hot summer sun, and you go up to a window of a soft serve shop or wherever you are, Disneyland, you might say. Have I been thinking about Disneyland a lot lately as the weather heats up? And I'm like, wow, it's so nice to be outside. Yes. But a chocolate and vanilla swirl cone from wherever you get it is just so perfect.
Can I tell you something? I'm not the biggest soft serve person.
Oh my. Well,
I I like chunky
yeah,
ice. If I'm
you
gonna do
do.
soft, I want
Yeah.
gelato. I like the richness. It's lighter.
Yeah.
I don't like the lightness.
I think what I love the most about soft serve that I don't get with like don't get me wrong. I love regular ice cream. I obviously eat regular ice cream more than soft serve, but I think that kind of goes into the soft serve like it's a special treat because you can't just pull it out of your freezer.
Right.
But I think the softness of soft serve, I love that I can just lick it and be
Yeah,
eating it. Because
that's true.
sometimes my teeth are a little sensitive. And so with
Yeah.
regular ice cream, like it might hurt to like bite it. I mean, I guess if I'm eating with a spoon, I never really bite it. But if you're eating off a cone,
That
it's
is true.
harder to lick especially when there's chunks. And then you're
That
just kind of like using your lips to like scoop it off, you know? You
and
know?
it's like fun. It's like it goes the classic like you suck it with your lips
Yeah.
and it like falls out. It's happened to me before. You just walk along. Because like when ice cream falls on the ground, if you don't have napkins, it's like,
And
oh,
I feel like if you're, especially if you're eating ice cream with a cone, like you're walking. Like,
yeah,
how many
you
times have
can't
you
do
sat
anything.
down with a cone of ice cream? I've never thought about that. If
Yeah, like you walk with that cone. You walk with that cone, and if you spill anything, uh, the birds are gonna get really fat, I guess. I don't know.
how did we even get on this? I
I
guess just
don't
soft
know.
serve. But bringing it back to the chocolate and vanilla of it all, I agree.
Yes.
Because vanilla by itself is kind of just like, why? Like, why even bother? Chocolate by itself is good, but it's kind of that thing where sometimes it gets to be too much. And you're
Mm-hmm.
like, I need some variation. So, yeah, the chocolate and vanilla together, already great. Then you add the
Mm-hmm.
cookie dough and the fudge brownie and the variation in bites, which you kind of touched on, is something that I really love about, first of all, ice cream that has kind of like multiple flavors, but especially Ben and Jerry's because they do it so well. They know how to balance the flavors perfectly. So you can do one or the other in this kind of a mix of stuff, but then you can get a scoop that has everything and it is perfection.
I think I've never thought about that, but I think that's why I've always been attracted to like chonky ice cream, like with a lot of different
Yeah.
things, because I like variety in like whatever I'm eating. Like I'm that girl at the restaurant who wants to split
Yeah.
with everyone so that we get like 10 different, like I would rather have like a few little bites of so many things
Yeah.
than like a huge plate of one thing. Like
Okay,
I get bored.
Julia, literally the other day I had Melissa on and I hope it was part of the recorded part cuz we
Was it
also,
the McDonald's one?
no, we were just talking about how like we used to go to Cheesecake Factory and just get like five different appetizers. Like there would be five of us and we would each get an appetizer and like share them and then we would each get a slice of like cheesecake. But we would also obviously eat the bread at the beginning. So like our whole meal was just like bread, fried appetizers, and then a slice of cheesecake. And we would
We
all get like
oh,
fucking, that was like the peak of you guys. Wait, were you a Diet Coke girl or was that just Melissa
no.
and Kate? And like, I think Justin too.
I think Justin liked Diet Coke
Yeah.
too. I was never a
Me
Coke. I'm not a
neither.
soda
But remember,
person.
like, our table would be like, everyone would get a water. And then everyone would get, like, either a Diet Coke or, like, an iced tea. Sometimes I would get a root beer because I freaking love root beer.
We used to eat, thinking back to what we ate in high school, shocks me.
It's
Like,
shocking, but also kind of crazy that show choir was a really good way to exercise.
yeah, I mean, we were all like 80 pounds and eating nothing but like Jamba Juice, Chinese
Okay,
food,
I
like
knew you were gonna
ice
bring up the
cream.
Jamba Juice Chinese food.
Oh,
Can you please tell the
okay.
story of this
Of
competition? Wait, also
freaking
explain like
course.
kind of the culture of show choir competitions because it's like a whole world.
Okay, so like, well, I don't
I'm
even know
so
where to
excited for you
begin.
to tell
Um,
us.
so like for those of you who don't know, which I feel like a lot of you might know, but show choir is like so nuts, but so fun.
Yeah.
Like we all complained about what went down, but it like looking back, it was freaking fun. But
Mm-hmm.
basically, you have to like put together a 20-minute like chaotic performance that you have about a half hour to get all of your crap on the stage, set it up, do your performance, get off the stage. And for those 20 minutes that you're performing, it is just like, I mean, I've never done cocaine, but I would imagine it feels similar to that. performing a show choir set because it's just like nonstop and it's moving and you're changing costumes and everything is like, there's all these sets going on and all this crazy stuff. And like the energy, I mean, we all like, now that I'm like in like gym mode, like thinking about if we were on like treadmills and it was tracking like our energy expenditure, I bet it would say like 1,200 calories burned from this performance.
Yeah.
Like we were just and you're singing. So like, not only do you have to be moving constantly, oh, and then like in the middle of it, you got to stop and like just sing. And that was the hardest because I was like, like jittery and like, we're going sharp all over the place. And we were like, why is it sharp? And it's like, because I don't know. But like, we were just insane. I mean, nuts.
Yeah.
And like, I think a lot of show choirs are probably nuts, but like we were to the next level of nuts. We were just so
other show choirs, like other schools knew us as like on crack. Like what school was it? They made some kind of video where they were like making fun of all the other show choirs and they like said that we like pizzazz was like that what was that like whole
juice?
Yeah,
they said we were drinking some juice and gaining our energy, but like, man, it was so fun. Like it was insane, but we had so much fun. But anyway, also like side note, I was talking with another music teacher and he was telling me about the one time one of his students like passed out and I was like, oh honey, when I was in high school, every show, just like so many kids
people
just
were
like
off in the wings vomiting.
Yeah. And we'd be like, get them off, our time's almost up.
More of us didn't like piss ourselves.
I probably did. I mean, let's be honest. But anyway, it was so fun. And so I forgot.
So like that's the energy going into it.
Yes.
So obviously we would be eating like fucking maniacs before.
Yeah, so we would basically get like a whole day off of school to go to these competitions and we'd roll up to like wherever it was, like Azusa or somewhere random at like, 2 p.m. and we'd have to like do a bunch of stuff, but then there'd be like a time to go to dinner and we'd all be like, oh my God, like we need so much food. So we'd like go to Jamba Juice to get our drink.
Like a juice that is probably meant to be like a meal replacement we would get as our beverage.
Like the pink star, the Starburst thing.
Oh my God, all the fucking the like white gummy bear, all those like hidden flavors.
The secret menu that like we were so cool because we knew about it. We'd order like pink star as our drink, walk on over to like the hole in the wall Chinese restaurant. And everyone would order like a ginormous plate of like nothing like mixed veggies, nothing like that, like orange chicken, fried rice,
chow mein,
cheese wontons, chow mein, egg rolls, and everyone's plate is like overflowing.
Well, yeah, because we always went to like those places that they give a lot of food, and it's like cheap.
So we're all like sitting there drinking our jamba, eating our Chinese. And then we like go
20 minutes before a performance, by the way.
And then we would go get ice cream for dessert. And then like we would go get into our costumes and like then we would sit around for like an hour and let this all just kind of like
if we weren't like first up, we would have to sit like watching other performances while we're digesting it. I think that's better though than when we like immediately had to perform.
So then it's like 1 a.m. and it's like, okay, time to go on stage. And so we're all just like feeling so sick.
Not 1 a.m.
I feel like we sometimes perform like really late and we would just all be so sick. We'd be like, I don't get it. Why don't I feel well? Okay. One time Kate and I, we had to stop somewhere. We stopped at like a Sizzler, I think.
Oh, classic.
Which was probably the worst of like competition food that I've ever eaten. And Kate and I were like, should we like split a chicken Alfredo?
Kate ate chicken?
Maybe we got it without the chicken, or maybe she wasn't a vegetarian yet. This was like our freshman year. And we I don't think I've been that stomach sick in like, we both were just laying on the bus, like in our dresses, just like dresses are everywhere and
Petticoats just flying.
petticoats flying. And Kate and I were like, we feel so bad. So I don't think I've had chicken Alfredo since, I gotta be
No
honest.
way.
Yeah,
I mean,
bad
it's not
memory.
my favorite. It's kind of like taking all of the blandest Italian foods and putting it together.
It's probably not even Italian. Like like it's probably like literally created by Sizzler. Like I
Sizzler
really
is
don't.
the recipe holder for the first fettuccine Alfredo. I would love if that was real.
Let's spread that rumor.
Oh my god. Well, I guess that's a good kind of transition into the history, because like the opposite of rumors is what Thrillist is writing, I think. Is that
Yes.
well known? Is Thrillist a really great source for the history of an ice cream company? Possibly. But I haven't read this because I love to like react live on the pod, is what I've learned. So I don't know. I only know, bits and pieces of what I've heard just in the zeitgeist and the Ben and Jerry's cinematic universe that is like popularly known. But let's dive in. Everyone grab your spoons and let's scoop some history right now. So this article is on Thrillist.com, written by Caitlin Hitt, published on August 12th, 2020 at 6:31 p.m.
Ooh.
Perfect time for ice cream if you had a slightly early dinner,
Oh yes.
I'd say. And again, this article is called The Ice Cream and Activism Why do I keep wanting to say filmed? Filled History of Ben and Jerry's. There should be a movie, though. I'd watch a Ben and Jerry's movie.
Yes, there definitely should
like,
be.
who is Ben and who is Jerry, So let's get into it.
Who knows? Let's find out.
Ben and Jerry's. The Vermont-based ice cream maker has been in the game for a long time, and it's managed to find a way to do more than just supply us with delicious pints for midnight binge eating.
Wow.
Wow, reading us to filth. Ben and Jerry's has become a voice for the people, whether that's about the people behind the company want to see it in their ice cream or systemic change. How does an ice cream company go from a small outfit to a major supplier? It all started in 1978 when Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield, who met in 7th grade gym class on Long Island. Wow, bringing it full circle to like the gym.
Ooh, I love that it started there.
Love it. Friends forever. Opened their first ever ice cream parlor. So that was in 1978. Wow. They set up shop in a renovated gas station in Burlington with a $12,000 investment. That's small potatoes in the business world. Initially, Cohen and Greenfield set sights on bringing Long Island's famous, for good reason, bagels to the Northeast, but bagel-making equipment isn't cheap. It's probably for the best. New York bagel stores are a dime a dozen, but really good ice cream is hard to find. How they made the jump from bagels to ice cream, we may never know, but we're eternally grateful. Ben & Jerry's is a fast favorite among Vermonters, and word travels far and wide. After 5 years of astounding success, Cohen and Greenfield decided it was time to expand. In 1983, they opened more scoop shops, and the buck doesn't stop there. They also landed a deal to start selling pints of Ben & Jerry's in retail stores throughout the Northeast, meaning no more loading up the car and driving for hours to satisfy your ice cream cravings. Naturally, Cohen and Greenfield put a lot of thought into their pints. They couldn't just put any old ice cream on store shelves and expect it to thrive. Have you been down an ice cream aisle this century? It's a minefield of choices. This is such a cute article.
It is cute.
There's one problem, though, and it eventually becomes Ben & Jerry's signature. Cohen has a serious case of a condition called anosmia, meaning he can't smell or taste. What?
So he's just like the brand and like vision guy if he can't do any of the tasting.
Okay, so we're gonna keep going. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. For one, that means he's never fully tasted any of the delicious flavors Ben and Jerry's scoops up at their shops. A tragedy by any other name. What's more, it means he has to get really creative when combining flavors. Cohen relies on mouthfeel when mixing up his diet and applies this same principle to Ben and Jerry's pints and in-shop flavors. Enter Ben and Jerry's signature chunks. Thank you, Cohen. And thank you,
Yes.
anosmia. So what we were talking about earlier, the texture, the chunkiness, the chewiness, the difference in flavors and textures is all because
He can't
Cohen
taste.
can't taste.
So he has to rely on the feel. That's so cool.
That's incredible. Wow. Ben and Jerry's first flavor to hit store shelves was chocolate chip cookie dough. This flavor is a classic and has been done by just about every ice cream brand out there, but Ben and Jerry's does it and all its flavors its own way, and it pays off. Ben and Jerry's becomes a hit in Vermont and beyond. Its competitors start taking notice. Haagen-Dazs, for example, fired shots in Boston, telling local retailers that if they want to continue selling their brand, Ben and Jerry's must go. No way. That's so dramatic. You may think Ben and Jerry's would back down, but much like Mark Wahlberg in Patriots Day, okay, this person's randomly a Mark Wahlberg fan, the company decides to fight back. It launches a campaign against Haagen-Dazs' parent company, urging fans of their ice cream to call Pillsbury and ask, "What's the doughboy afraid of?" This has to be a movie. This has to be a movie.
So much drama between these ice cream companies.
So much drama. It's like a mafia. Folks, we kid you not, this campaign works. Haagen-Dazs backs down and the two ice cream brands continue to appear on store shelves in harmony while Ben & Jerry's continues to grow as a company. Do you know what's so funny though? Earlier when I was talking about those like little tiny little cartons of Ben & Jerry's, the other company that does those a lot, Haagen-Dazs.
Yes,
so I wonder
so
who started that first. I bet it was Ben & Jerry's.
Haagen-Dazs is like nowhere near as like interesting as Ben and Jerry's.
I feel like Haagen-Dazs is known to be like good quality, but yeah, not interesting.
No, it's just like
very
chocolate,
simple
vanilla
flavors that I think they probably do really well, but it's like it's not. It's Ben and Jerry's and Haagen-Dazs are not the same.
No, like so. Anyway, you can continue reading it, but like, yeah, that's weird that they had such a rivalry. I don't equate them really.
Yeah, same.
Anyway.
I mean, I think Haagen-Dazs is really trying, and then Ben and Jerry's was like, "Lol, no." In 1986, they hit the road in their Cowmobile to hand out free cones across the country and spread the word about their brand. Everything's fine and great until Ben and Jerry started heading. Ben and Jerry, I don't think they're supposed to be an apostrophe S. Ben and Jerry start heading for home, and the Cowmobile goes up in flames. Cohen joked that it looked, quote, like the world's largest baked Alaska, which is quite an image and definitely a bummer, but the trip was worth it. In 1987, following Ben and Jerry's maiden voyage across cross-country and the release of its Cherry Garcia flavor, named for the Grateful Dead's frontman, the company is officially playing with the big dogs in the ice cream game. No, seriously. By that point, Ben & Jerry's is a $30 million business, and its ice cream is sold in 35 states. Imagine how many cones you could buy with $30 million. While some rich business owners may have run off with their millions and forgotten the little people, Ben & Jerry's decides to give back. In 1988, the company starts a nonprofit organization with the aim of redirecting 1% of the national defense budget toward peace-promoting activities instead. Groovy, baby. Okay, I'm going to be friends with whoever wrote this. That's just the start of Ben & Jerry's foray into activism. In 2005, the company constructed a 900-pound baked Alaska, passing out slices on the U.S. Capitol's lawn in protest of oil drilling in the Arctic. So they brought it full circle to their flaming Cowmobile and also were doing good. Like, Wow.
Mm.
In 2009, the company changes the name of its Chubby Hubby flavor to Hubby Hubby after Vermont becomes the 5th state to legalize same-sex marriage. In 2016, B&J hit the U.S. Capitol again to hand out pints of empowerment ice cream to members of Congress, along with a letter asking that they start working to reverse the Supreme Court's 2013 gutting of the Voting Rights Act. Later that same year, Cohen and Greenfield are arrested at the Democracy Awakening protests. Whoa.
Yeah, I knew they were arrested.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The latter proves to people that the Ben & Jerry's founders aren't playing around and are so much more than catchy ice cream titles. As of 2020, the company is ahead of the curve in corporate social responsibility. It recently released a statement about white supremacy and police brutality, so people can continue to tell Ben & Jerry's to stick to ice cream, but don't hold your breath. It's hard to believe this little company started in an old gas station in Vermont grew into what Ben & Jerry's is today. The company hasn't run out of flavor combos in the 42 years it's been slinging scoops, and we can't wait to see what it serves up next.
Okay, so like I've been to the first Ben and Jerry's shop, but now it's like the first one, it doesn't exist anymore, I think. But now they moved it like up the street in Burlington.
Uh-huh.
And when I lived in Boston, my parents like flew out for, you were there for my recital,
Uh-huh.
and we took a little road trip of New England after, which,
Yeah.
first of all, like if anyone gets a chance to do a road trip, New England in like the early summer is so spectacular.
Yeah, it
But anyway,
looks
we went to
fab.
Burlington, and Burlington is the cutest little college town. And it has a beautiful little lake. And we had this like incredible sunset that night that we were there. And we went to the Ben and Jerry shop. And it's like,
Wow.
I think they have all the flavors there that like they currently have. And yeah, it's in this really cute part of downtown. And yeah, so I got my half baked, and it's really cute. Burlington is so, you can see why like Ben and Jerry would be attracted to that town, you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, okay. That needs to be like a life goal of mine to go and get Ben & Jerry's ice cream there.
Yeah. And there's a factory near Burlington, but we didn't have that much
Do they
time,
do
but
factory tours?
yeah, I think so.
Oh my god. I need to do that. That would be so fun.
So like side note, the entire time I was in Vermont, this doesn't really have to do with ice cream, but my mom really wanted to like go to maple tapping thing.
Uh-huh.
So she kept asking people like, where can we go to like see them tap the maple? And they were all like, I don't like, they're all college kids. They were
Yeah.
like, I don't know. And she's like, I just want to see them tap them. And apparently it was like the wrong time of year. But my mom,
Oh.
bless her soul, everyone we ran into was like, do you know where we could go see them tap the maple? It just like didn't happen. It's like the one thing she wanted to do.
Oh. I wonder if Ben & Jerry's has a flavor that has like maple in it.
No, I hope so. I'm sure they do.
Probably.
Um,
Well, do you want to learn more about half baked? Because I also have these 8 fun facts you didn't
yes,
know.
let's do it.
Okay. So, number 1, it's chocolate fudge brownie plus chocolate chip. Wait, this isn't a fun. We know this. Chocolate fudge brownie plus chocolate chip cookie dough equals half baked. Okay, we already
Duh.
know that. It says made up of
Thank
2
you.
popular flavors swirled together. The result is a flavor that takes ice cream euphoria to a whole new level.
Thank you, benandjerrys.com. Moving on.
Moving on to number 2, a Two Twisted alumnus. Every now and then we like to swirl 2 of our flavors together in the same pint and give it a new name. We call these Two Twisted flavors. Half Baked is one of only 2 Two Twisted flavors that have survived the test of time. The other is Everything But The, which is a combination of peanut butter cup, New York super fudge chunk, and Heath bar crunch. More of a 3 twisted, but you get the idea. Huh, I didn't know
That's kind of
that.
cool.
Number 3, it's our number 1 flavor for the past 2 years. Wait, but when was
Heck,
this? Okay, that was in
yes.
2015, but I'm sure now, I feel like it's the number 1 flavor
I'll
for
look
all
it up.
time. We told you Half Baked was popular, so popular that it has been our number 1 selling flavor in the US for the past 2 years and hovered close to the top of the list for years before that. Tell me when you find it. I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
Number
Yeah.
4, it's available in Froyo. Looking for a lighter version of your favorite flavor? Look for the green Froyo pint containers and you'll find your old friend Half Baked. With the same euphoric chunks and flavors, it's a frosty treat that we say can even pass as a breakfast food as long as mom's not looking. That's so funny. Number 5, there's a peanut butter version. Last year, so that was in 2014, we released a limited batch peanut butter half-baked with peanut butter ice cream in place of the vanilla ice cream and peanut butter cookie dough instead of chocolate chip cookie dough. For peanut butter lovers, it's a swirl of ice cream euphoria not to be matched.
Oh,
that sounds so good.
Oh my God, Cold Stone Creamery.
Cold Stone
Creamery.
Throwback.
Peanut butter cup explosion or whatever it's called. That sounds like that, and that was my jam.
Oh my God, jam, peanut butter, jelly.
Honey.
Okay, number 6. It has its own commercial. What? Released in 2006, the 15-second claymation commercial for Half Baked features Clay, Ben, and Jerry bantering, as they often do, about how to change the world for the better. How cute. Of course they would do claymation. I feel like that's very on brand.
For sure.
Number 7, it's an international star. You didn't think all half-baked lovers were in the US, did you? Nah, we like to spread the love and the cookie dough and have brought half-baked to 14 countries around the world, from Singapore to Sweden to Canada. Number 8, the name is more literal than you think. Half-baked got its name from the fact that the cookie dough in it is unbaked, hence dough, but the fudge brownies are baked. Oh, I thought it was fudge brownie batter too. It's literally half baked.
I thought the dough, I mean, the brownies must be like very mushy brownies. Yeah. I thought the brownies were half baked, but I guess it's okay.
I thought literally both the cookies and.
All right, I'm never having it again.
Now you can confidently correct your friends who are convinced it was a reference to a certain movie of the same name. What's your favorite thing about Half-Baked? Is it the fudge brownie chunks, the chocolate chip cookie dough? Let us know in the comments below.
Who comments on these things?
Literally...
First time trying it.
It's a Facebook comments plugin and only 3 people have. Should I read them?
Yes.
Okay, one was from 6 weeks ago. Jessica Rodriguez said, first time trying it and it rocked my world, with the shocked emoji face and a licking emoji. I'm hooked. I don't know how to pronounce this person's name. Is it Michael or Michelle? Michel. But
Michel Franco.
He's a guy.
Let's call him Michel.
Okay, Michel Franco said, my favorite, but I can't find it in Brazil. Sad crying emoji. Aww.
So sad.
Come to Brazil, Half-Baked. You know how like fans from Brazil always say come to Brazil to like pop stars and stuff? They're saying it to Ben and Jerry's.
Yes, they are.
And that was posted 23 weeks ago. And then 2 years ago, Emma Smith said, Half-Baked rocks my socks.
I just commented, love this ice cream. So now I'm officially
on their website.
Commenter. Yeah, I did it.
On the Half-Baked fun facts page. Wait, I have to see what you wrote.
I for sure did it. I don't know if my comments are still there. Yep, it's there.
Okay, it's loading. I'm so excited.
So it doesn't pop up on my Facebook now. It's like a weird person that comments on ice cream.
Oh my God, Julia Dwyer, love this ice cream. I'm gonna like it and reply. Yay. So excied to talk about it on my
podcast Snacktime
podcast.
Oh my God.
Parentheses available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Oh my God, what if Jessica, Michelle, and Emma listen?
I hope they do. I'm replying. Boom. Snackers, if you are near something or like you're not driving and you're listening to this and you can like go to the Ben and Jerry, it's benjerry.com, and then go to their 8 fun facts you didn't know about Half-Baked, which was published in August 6th, 2015. Go down, find Julia's comment, like that, and then like my comment or my reply to Julia's comment, and we can have some fun.
Heck yes.
Oh my God. Okay, well, Do you have anything else to say about Ben & Jerry's, half-baked, ice cream in general? Anything before we go today?
What's like your favorite flavor? We don't really talk about that.
Oh, it's my favorite Ben & Jerry's.
No, like just in general.
It's hard because it's such like a depends on my mood kind of thing, but a flavor that I like to try at like when I try a new ice cream shop, I think for me a determining factor if it's like a good ice cream shop is their strawberry. Because if the strawberry tastes like fresh strawberries, it is unlike anything else. Like it feels special. But if it's not that great, I think it's still like a good flavor because just a generic strawberry flavor, I think just tastes good anyway. But I love to find the places that have like really fresh strawberry.
I bet Ben and Jerry's has really good strawberry, or I think it's strawberry cheesecake. I think it is just like
Oh, of course it has to be like
of
special.
course. So freaking
Oh, yum. Now
good.
I really want ice cream. Well, it's
Oh,
noon now here, so.
I was looking and it half baked was the top selling ice cream
Oh,
of
yeah.
2019, 18, 17, 16, 15, and 14.
Wow. I mean, they're probably still gathering data for 2020, but it's probably still, especially last year. Are
Gathering
you kidding me? Like, I'm sure their sales went through the roof.
for sure. I mean, like, what else have we been doing except eating ice cream, you know? That's the only thing there is to do.
Well, as you said earlier, you're doing it 5 days a week at least.
Oh, for
So,
sure. I mean, my acne is probably like horrible, but you know, it's worth it. Worth
it's
every
worth it. Every zit is a memory of
every day.
delicious ice cream.
As I like put on my different gel at night, I'm like, oh, this is from yesterday's ice cream. That just got really personal.
Wow, we're really getting this. We're getting the scoop here at Snack Time
Oh,
today.
stop.
Well, Julia, thank you so much for taking time out of your ice cream filled life to talk about ice cream here at Snack Time. It's
Of
always
course.
so fun to have you here. Is there anything you'd like to plug? Tell the snackers.
Oh yeah, so I need to like advert. I almost said add this. I need to advertise this on my Instagram, but I teach private voice and piano, and I haven't really started my virtual studio because I've been teaching virtually, and I'm kind of over that. But
Mm-hmm.
now that I'm gonna be starting to teach kids in person, I want to do more virtual teaching, and so I'm gonna yeah, so if you or anyone you know is interested in voice or piano lessons virtually, yeah, you can find me on Instagram. My Instagram is Julia_Dwyer. It is private, but I pretty much let anyone follow me. I just don't want my students to follow me.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again so much for being here, snackers. Check her out if you're looking for voice or piano lessons. And I hope you all have something delicious to eat today. And if you can get your hands on some half-baked Ben & Jerry's ice cream, 10 out
Do
of
it.
10. Recommend.
Do it.
Do it, do it, do it.
Do it.
Well, again, Julia, thank you so much for being here. Snackers, thank you for listening. And I'll see you next time at Snack Time. Bye.
Bye.